Right into it, y'all. This right here is a man that trains. Even in his old age, his elderly, geriatric age. Did y'all see George Foreman hitting that heavy bag? Face up. Man, 70-something-year-old George Foreman got me shook. The way he hit that heavy bag in his elder years, I don't want no smoke. I wouldn't even want to lightly spar with him. Somebody's been doing that for years. Man, you try to block, he break your wrist, forearm, dislocate your jaw, bust your eye up. Anywho, in this picture right here, you see an old school George Foreman, a younger George Foreman, being from the great state of Texas, where there's a lot of cattle, a lot of steer. He's carrying a cattle, a steer. Real workout, real training, fully engaged in his art, his craft, his combat. George Foreman used to work on farms, y'all, especially for his training camps. Digging ditches, plowing, farmer walks, making hay bales. If y'all never done that before, I suggest you try. It is some of the old school ways of training. One of the old school methods, chopping wood, milking cows, tilling, hand tilling. See, this is where these movies like Rocky get these little quirks and extras from, chasing down the chicken. See, when you lived on the farm, when folks had their own land and had sense and wasn't being baby fed by every little thing out here, the government and subsidiaries and a cell phone and all that, you had to work your land. You had to be in nature. So we use nature to make us great, to be in tune with what the hell we was doing. But anywho, what George Foreman is doing ain't nothing new in this shot. This is actually a shot from the movie. They got the real shot on the left and the movie shot on the right from the George Foreman movie. Was pretty good biopic. I enjoyed it. But yeah, this ain't new, y'all. This is ancient. You can see it in ancient hieroglyphs, ancient paintings, and on pottery. Some of the ancient Africans, Phoenicians, Greeks. Any man fully engaged in his art, his craft, that's striving to be the strongest, that's striving to live, that's striving to get to the top. You would see him in pictures having those big heavy boulders over his shoulders. Atlas. They would have big heavy oxen over their shoulders, trees, heavy items, because they were heavy and fully engaged in what the flush they was doing. Now, I didn't see the full Shakur Stevenson fight. To be honest, I just saw highlights. And that's a man that's not fully engaged in this art, in combat. I remember sparring and being in wrestling and boxing, and when they would call letting a guy off the hook. You slipped, you rolled. Coach would yell at you, "Hey man, why didn't you return fire? Why didn't you counter? What's wrong, son? You not trying to win? This is a fight. You let that guy off the hook. Guy takes a sloppy shot, you sprawl, you front headlock, and instead of going around the corner or connecting it to a cradle, you push him off and stand back up. What you doing, man? You not trying to win? Why'd you let that guy off the hook? Are you taking it easy?" Yes, I know there's times in the match where you pepper and you pilfer around to rest up. Maybe you're a little winded. You just got into a flurry with your opponent. But to do that over and over would lead a coach or someone to believe that you're not serious. It would lead me to believe that, shoot, maybe you're asking for it. Who knows? Fear cannot paralyze you that much to where you don't return fire, to where you don't make a guy pay for his mistakes or for him being slow or sloppy. Fear actually is the catalyst for you to engage and to give it your best. If you listen to the old coaches, if you listen to your heart and your mind, you cannot be that scary, that timid, like a cat on a mouse. You cannot be that timid sitting there. You ever seen a cat jump on a mouse in the house or somewhere and they corner him and the mouse is paralyzed with fear? That should never be you. If you know you're finna get eaten, if you think you're gonna make a bad mistake and you're gonna get caught by your tail, well, you at least gotta go all out, at the least. And I can't just put it on Stevenson. What's the other brother that just got whooped down recently? He was fighting Charlo. And there's a lot of them. In all honesty, I think Anthony Joshua fights like that. I think he's really thinking in his mind, okay, step one, okay, move, okay, roll head here. Oh, okay, opportunity to counter. Okay, throw a punch. And he throws a leg. He's robotic, kind of. He's not instinctive. He's not just going off his train. He's not engrossed. He's not embedded. He's not deeply seated in his training like a George Foreman or Ali or Frazier. But I know, man, I know. Y'all can't put your phone down long enough. You're on social media. You're distracted. You can't be away long enough from your gal. You can't put your PlayStation controller down, your Xbox controller down long enough. You can't stay away from Walmart long enough. You can't stay off of Amazon long enough. I know you can't stay away from your subscriptions long enough. Your Netflix, your OnlyFans account. I know it. You can't stay away from it long. Your smut material that you got online, you can't stay away from it long enough. McDonald's, you can't stay away from it long enough. And hence, this is the reason why it's difficult for you to reach the top. You got all the talent in the world, all the talent, all the juice, all the youth. And when you got the youth, you got the juice, baby. And then you pilfer it away because you're not taking the chances. Because you haven't trained and been in the trenches long enough to know instinctually if a guy shoots a gun at you and his shot misfires or misses your head, you're supposed to return fire and blow his head off. You're giving him an opportunity to snipe you, to kill you. I know y'all think it's a game, but I don't want to get too deep on this, y'all. Stay engrossed in your training, in your in-depth, in your work, not just your training, your work. You know what I'm saying? You got to strive. If you're striving to live and to do better, then you must attack when someone misfires, or you slip, or you roll, or you parry, or you sprawl, or you pass by. You must return. You gotta end the opposition, or at least beat them down and get on to the next one, baby. They keep talking about there's levels to this. Well, shit, I can't tell. All right, y'all. Y'all stay diligent in all you do. We love you. Be alive in everything you do, man. Be aware, even in the small things. When you get up, first step is getting up. When you get up and then get out, man, you got to do something. You can't just be going to Walmart and to Shell and Safeway like a drone. When you're outside, man, you engage yourself in something. You got to engage if you want to win, baby. You got to engage. This is what all the greats do. This is what the master does. The champion does. But I'm going to get off your line, man. Y'all stay diligent. Love and peace.